electrical cars. I know. You're thinking I don't have to hear this whole spiel about tree-hugging electrical cars.
We already have an idea of what you're thinking, but here are some of your thoughts on electrical cars.
Okay, what comes to mind when I say electrical cars?
A battery.
Do you think it's good or bad for the environment?
I think it's good.
How do you think these cars work?
I just think you plug it in and you just go.
Alright, thank you. Well, today your opinion of electrical cars is going to change.
By the end of our tree-hugging electrical car spiel, you'll think twice before calling it that.
First, Tanisha is going to talk to you guys about how far these cars travel on a single charge, as well as are these cars as safe as conventional cars.
Electrical cars are only those who run strictly off electricity and are powered by rechargeable battery packs. They are environmentally friendly since no air pollutants are expelled when driven. Electrical cars convert about 59% to 62% of the energy from the grid to power at the wheels. The daily driving range for an electrical car on a full charge battery is typically 60 to 120 miles, taking into consideration the kind of motor being used, the type of battery pack. The temperature outside can also interfere with the daily driving range. On average, a gas-powered vehicle gets about 300 miles off a single tank of gas, which by far is more than an electrical vehicle, but they do not harm the environment. Electrical vehicles are not an everyday trip-taking vehicle, but instead are only best for those who don't exceed over 30 miles a day. When it comes to charging their battery pack, it can take up to 4 to 8 hours for a full charge. Electrical cars seem to be made more smaller and more compact cars than a regular gas-powered car. Of course, you would expect in an accident it would have deadlier outcomes, but that's not the case. Any and every vehicle has its safety precautions. It has been proven that even in the crashes these vehicles, battery compartments are never damaged. Their batteries are located in the back near the rear axle, which allows the car the ability to extend frontal crumple zones. Longer crumple zone means longer time in which the crash is happening, and that then allows the car the ability to slow down over a longer period of time. Now Natalie will discuss where these cars are most popular at and how they are good for the environment.
Everyone would assume that electrical cars would be most popular in European countries. Little do you know that the country in right now, the United States, has the highest purchase rate of electrical cars. China comes in at a close second, and the United Kingdom comes in at third. Growth rates for electrical cars have been increasing over the years, shown by the graph. One thing that is obvious about electrical cars is the fact that they are cleaner in every way compared to gasoline-powered conventional cars. These cars are not only more efficient, but they also use less hazardous materials. No direct pollution. An electrical car uses battery power instead of the burning of fossil fuels or gasoline, and is therefore a zero carbon emission. Any emissions created are indirect, coming from the original source of electricity, potentially clean energy. Given that batteries of the electrical car are charged using a local power grid, electrical cars are as clean as the grid. Reduce poisonous fluids. Electrical cars have also little or no demand for the many hazardous polluting fluids used in normal gas-burning cars, such as motor oil or antifreeze. Battery replacement. While the batteries from both normal and electric cars are required for replacement, disposal of the lead-acid batteries used in the normal cars are much more hazardous. Shown in the graph below is the carbon emission comparison of electrical cars versus gasoline-powered cars. Now here's Ryan to talk to you guys about what they're doing to make the electrical cars more appealing to consumers. Who are the top manufacturers of electrical cars in the United States and the world, and how and what makes these cars work.
The top manufacturers for electrical cars in the U.S. are Nissan, Tesla, BMW, SmartEd, and Ford. To break these cars down by the top-selling model, we have the Nissan Leaf with $30,000, the Tesla Model S with $29,000, the BMW i3 with $6,000, the SmartEd with $3,000, and the Ford Focus Electric with $1,900. As far as the top cars for the world, you have the BMW i3, the Fiat 500e, the Mercedes-Benz SLS AMG Coupe electric drive, the Ford Focus Electric, the Volkswagen e-Golf, the Tesla Model S, the Nissan Leaf, the Volkswagen e-Up, the Kia Soul EV, and the Tesla Model X. Now, how do these cars work, you ask? Electric cars get their powers from the rechargeable batteries that are installed in the car. Electric cars look precisely like the normal vehicles on the road, but except they lack the exhaust system. As far as the insides, they are very different from each other. For instance, you will not find a gas tank, and they do not use fuel for locomotion or propelling the engines. The three main components of the electrical cars are the electric motor, the controller, and the battery. Pure electric cars run off a battery alone and can be recharged at home or a location that has a charging station. Typically, the range of these cars, depending upon the manufacturer, is 150 to 300 miles, but this is steadily increasing. The power source of these cars are the battery packs. Another way companies are helping with the range and the charge on these car batteries is through the use of solar panels or using the car's motion to help charge the batteries. Hybrid cars can run off of gas and electric. When the cars stop, the motor's cut off and the battery is what keeps the car running. Your AC, your heat, and things of this nature will work, and as soon as you hit the gas, the motor cuts back on. Some of these hybrids are using their braking power to recharge the battery and some kind of motion to recharge it also. Lastly, here's Sully to talk to you about the growth projections of the cars over the next 20 years and whether the pros and the cons financially of owning this kind of car.
Although everybody thinks about the positives of electric cars, we need to realize there are quite a few negatives involved. The most worrying negatives are the prices of buying and maintaining the cars, lack of options that they do not offer, electric sedans and SUVs. Electric cars are involved in more wrecks than any other car, and the limited travel distance you get on a single charge as you only get 200 to 300 miles per charge. The most impressive feature of electric car is the money you save, and it only takes $2.64 to get a full charge, and is an average 2 cents per mile for electricity compared to 12 cents per mile for gasoline. Now for the fact everybody wants to know. You save $2,000 to $4,000 a year from switching to an electric car. This is mainly through not having to buy gasoline. Many positives come from owning an electric car. Almost everyone knows about the cheaper electricity bills and no oil changes, but many do not know about the incentives from the government, access to free plug-in stations, and better tax credits. Even though there are many negatives involved, the positives easily triumph them. Not only will you have more money in your pocket, you also be positively helping the environment. As you look onto the road today, you may not see many electric cars, but according to projections, that will all change over time. On our roads today, we have approximately 74,000 electric cars. It's projected by 2030 there will be over 7 million on the road. One reason for the projected growth is production of many new types of electric cars. Mercedes alone is set to release 10 new types in the next couple of years. This is why electric cars has had an 80% rate of growth over the last year. Although many people predict electric cars to grow significantly in popularity, there are many growth barriers to consider. These include cost, mileage between charging, availability of charging time, resale value, maintenance, which mainly includes battery life, permitting, and public knowledge and education. Our projections indicate that electric will become the main source of transportation, which is a great thing for the environment and humans. However, the projections are not entirely guaranteed, as there are many hurdles we have to sort out before electric cars transition into becoming our present, not our future.
Well, guys, I think we told them all they need to know about these pretty awesome cars.
I definitely think twice when looking for my next car.